Welcome to TechForce Arena, and today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about Russian air-to-air weapons, the R-77, also known by NATO as the AED. If you've ever seen those missiles with the strange lattice grid fins at the back, that's the one. It's a weapon designed for one purpose: to give Russian fighter jets a serious edge in long-range aerial combat. And the more you learn about it, the more you realize why this missile is often mentioned in the same breath as Western giants like the AIM-120 AMRAAM. The R-77 didn't just appear overnight. Russia wanted something modern, something that could keep up with their evolving fighter fleet, especially the MiG-29 and the Su-27 family. The result was a missile that can engage targets at high speeds, long distances, and in complex electronic warfare environments. In a world where air combat is increasingly about who can detect, lock on, and fire first, the R-77 was built to make sure Russian pilots never fall behind. One of the first things that makes the R-77 stand out is its unique grid fins. Most missiles go for standard triangular stabilizers, but the R-77 uses lattice fins that look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. These fins aren't just a cool design, they let the missile make sharp, aggressive maneuvers at high speed. Traditional fins can lose control authority when a missile is traveling fast in thin, high-altitude air. But grid fins, they keep gripping the airflow even under extreme conditions. That means better agility and better chances of staying locked onto the target. Another big selling point of the R-77 is its active radar homing. Before the missile even gets close to the target, the launching fighter jet guides it. But as soon as it reaches the right distance, the missile switches to its own radar seeker. It basically becomes a fully independent hunter. For the pilot who fired it, that's a huge advantage: launch the missile, break away, and keep fighting or escape. Fire and forget is the name of the game in modern air combat, and the R-77 fits right in. Now let's talk range, because this is where things get interesting. The original R-77 had a range of about 80 kilometers, which was solid for its time. But newer versions, like the R-77-1, push that much further, well past 100 kilometers depending on altitude and launch conditions. Russia has also claimed the existence of extended range variants like the R-37M style concept for future platforms, though those are closer to hypersonic anti-AWACS missiles. The key takeaway is simple: Russian missile designers keep updating, upgrading, and iterating the R-77 to stay competitive. Another major strength of the R-77 is its versatility. It can track fighters, bombers, drones, cruise missiles, and even low-flying targets trying to hide among terrain. Modern battlefields are full of electronic interference, jamming, decoys, and all sorts of electronic trickery. The R-77 was made to fight in that environment. Its guidance system works with the aircraft's sensors, and its radar seeker can keep working even when the enemy tries to blind it. Now here's something worth highlighting. The R-77 isn't just used by Russia. Many countries that operate Russian-built fighters have it in their arsenal. India, China, Vietnam, and several other nations have used or are still using variants of the AED. When the Su-30, MiG-29, and Su-35 go into battle, the R-77 is usually one of the missiles hanging under the wings. That widespread use tells you something: not only is the missile effective, but it's also reliable enough for real-world operations. The R-77 also plays a major role in Russia's idea of beyond visual range dominance. In modern warfare, pilots rarely see the enemy with their own eyes. Instead, aircraft rely on radar, data-linked networks, and sensor fusion to spot threats far away. Once a hostile aircraft is detected, it becomes a race. Whose missile is faster, smarter, and more accurate? The R-77 was Russia's ticket into that high-tech game, and its upgraded variants still remain a core part of the country's air power strategy. Let's talk performance in a bit more detail. The missile can reach speeds around Mach 4, depending on variant, and its solid fuel rocket motor gives it the burst needed to chase down fast-moving targets. The missile's onboard computer makes real-time adjustments during the flight, and combined with the grid fins, the R-77 stays nimble even in the last stretch of the attack, where most missiles struggle the most. It's also worth mentioning the warhead. The R-77 uses a blast fragmentation warhead designed to detonate at the perfect moment. With proximity fuses and high-precise sensors, it doesn't need to hit the aircraft directly. Getting close is enough. The explosion sends a cloud of fragments slicing into the target. One detonation can cripple or destroy even a highly maneuverable fighter jet. For aircraft like the Su-35 and Su-57, the R-77-1 and future versions play a critical role. These fighters depend on high-tech weapons to match or exceed Western competitors. And while many countries are focusing on stealth aircraft and data-linked networks, Russia is pushing missile technology as a foundation for air superiority. A missile like the R-77 gives them reach, flexibility, and credible combat capability. The R-77 story doesn't end with the present. Russian engineers continue to work on new seekers, better motors, revised fins, and enhanced electronics. Future missiles based on the R-77 platform are expected to fly farther, hit harder, and resist jamming better than ever. In an era where aerial warfare evolves every year, staying ahead means constantly pushing upgrades, and the AED continues to evolve. So what does all this mean for the future? Simply put, the R-77 remains one of the pillars of Russian air combat strategy. Whether it's patrolling borders, engaging hostile aircraft, or defending airspace during conflict, the missile will continue to be a frontline weapon. As long as Russia operates fighters like the Su-30, Su-35, MiG-35, and Su-57, you can expect the R-77 family to stay strapped under the wings. Thank you for watching TechForce Arena. If you enjoyed this deep dive into modern missile technology and want more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your mates. More advanced weapons breakdowns are on the way, so stay tuned. Until next time, take care and fly safe.